Welcome to the data science class. Today we are going to learn about data mining. Data mining. Over the course of the week, we've learned a lot in data science. Last time we learned about data warehouse. We learned how the data, the processes it go through before it actually comes out for decision making. We learn the types of data warehouse, the subtypes of the database involved in the data warehouse. Today we are going to learn about data mining. Data mining. Data and mining. When you say data, someone will say data is a raw fact. When you say mining, someone will say in literal meaning, say mining searching for something or being after something, pursuing after something. So data mining. We'll take a real look of what data mining is about. Also, we will also go through the steps of data mining. We will also learn to know the benefits of data mining, also have a glimpse of any data drawbacks on data mining. Now let's begin. In this world, we know we are living in information-rich world driven by data. It's actually comforting that when data is ready, you can actually make decisions so easily. We have a sheer volume of data available around us, but for we to build insights around them or insight from them becomes a huge problem. That's why today we are discussing data mining. We'll be exploring all aspects of data mining, including what it means, its stages, data mining techniques, the benefits it offers, data mining tools, and many more. Before that, we will start by the definition of data mining, then tackle the concepts and the techniques of data mining. Right, let's start. What exactly is data mining? Typically, you realize when someone talks about mining, you would think about people wearing helmets with lamps attached to them, digging underground for resources. And while it could be funny picturing guys in tunnels mining for batches of zeros and ones, that doesn't exactly answer what is data mining. Actually, data mining is the process of analyzing enormous amounts of information and data sets. In fact, extracting useful intelligence to help organizations solve problems, predict trends, in fact, mitigate risk and actually find new opportunities for organizations to make data-driven decisions. Data mining is like actual mining because in both cases, the miners are constantly sniffing through mountains of material to find valuable resources and elements. Right, so the name suggests data mining. We are constantly pursuing data in a way whereby we can get, in fact, very useful data from an enormous set of data sets. Data mining also includes establishing relationships and finding trends, in fact, anomalies and correlations to tackle issues, creating actionable information in the process. When we have a data set, we try to dig through, find patterns, creating correlations, and in fact, the problem at hand, we try to draw conclusion from the data set we have so that we will be able to make data-driven decisions. Right. Data mining is a wide-ranging and varied process that includes many different components, some of which are even confused for data mining itself. For instance, Statistics is a portion of overall data mining process. But as a data scientist, you do some sort of little statistics so that when you are extracting your data, you can use that to back it and make predictions. Additionally, in fact, both data mining and machine learning fall under the general heading of data science because we will need the data to actually train intelligent machines to perform the tasks we want them to do. That's machine learning. Right. Data mining can also be referred, sometimes called as the knowledge discovery in data. Why are we saying this? Because in data mining, we have enormous amount of data. We are going to dig through, mine, or pursue even knowledge in that enormous amount of data. That's somehow referred to as knowledge discovery in data, KDD. Knowledge discovery in data. Now we know what data mining is. Let's dive into the steps of data mining. Now, when asking what is data mining, let's break down into the steps data scientists and analysts take when tackling a data mining project. 1. Understand business. Understand business. Steps in actually practicing data mining. First step, you need to understand the business. In fact, what is the company's current situation? What projects or the project objectives and what defines success? What does the company you are working in or the company you are working for or your company, what it is the objectives of that company? And so based on that, that's what data or knowledge you are going to mine from that enormous amount of data. Maybe you want it's an organization that sells bicycles. Now you have a chance to a huge amount of data sets. You dive into the data set and actually with the company's objective in your mind. So you are pursuing a useful data in that data set, which can help you and your organization to make data-driven decisions that will help your organization thrive. 2, you understand the data. You have to actually figure out what kind of data is needed to solve the problem or the issue, then collect it from the proper sources. Second step in data mining, that's understand the data. The data you are collecting, do you understand it? Understand the data, collect it from a proper source. So let's say you want to know how people actually uses bicycle in specific geographical area. Now, are you going to collect the data from people who don't use bicycles or from people who uses bicycle? You need to collect it from proper sources so that when you get this enormous amount of data, you mine into this data, draw patterns and analysis, and make data-driven decision out of it. The third one is prepare the data. Prepare the data. In our previous meetings, we've learned about data duplications, data cleaning, and so on and so forth. When preparing the data, we resolve data quality problems like duplicates. You collect the data from users. Now you have to, in fact, prepare the data, meaning you clean the data. There might be some duplicates in the data you've collected. There might be missing number or missing figures. There might be corrupt data among it. Then prepare the data in a format suitable to resolve the business problem. In fact, you prepare the data in a way whereby there is no fault in the data you've been given or in the enormous data. Hence, from there, you can start mining for the knowledge you need for the organization. Fourth point here we will look at is you model the data. You model the data. You would have to employ algorithm to actually ascertain data patterns. Data scientists actually you create, you test and evaluate the model. The data you've gotten, after preparing, what are you going to do? Now you are going to sit down, draw algorithm how this data is going to work. You draw your flow chart. You create patterns in this data. Based on this part, you are going to find the knowledge you are seeking for. Hence, the mining you are going to do to extract the actual knowledge or the actual objectives or the actual goals or the actual information needed to solve the objectives or the issue of that company or the business. The fifth point is you evaluate the data. Decide whether and how effective the results delivered by a particular model will help meet the business goal or remedy the problem. Sometimes you see there is an iterative phase for finding the best algorithm, especially if the data scientists don't get it quite right the first time. There may be some data mining algorithm shopping around. Now, what if the data set you've gotten, you draw your patterns, everything, but still doesn't meet or it's not effective that can meet the organization objective? What if? That means you have to employ another algorithm, evaluate the data you have, evaluate it more and more to be able to suit the need of the organization or what you are pursuing. The last one we'll take a look here is deploy the solution. You will have to deploy the solution. Give the results of the project to the people in charge of making decisions to extend the learning on data mining. So here you've done all the process. Now you have your final data to make decision. You give it to the people in charge, the executive, to make their data-driven decision. You've done your part. You've actually mined data, received or achieved some useful data to make decision. After that, you give it out to those in power or those in the executive level to make decision for their company. Okay. The next thing we will move on is what are the benefits of data mining? When we talk about data mining, that's when I'm actually drawing patterns in an enormous data, while retrieving useful information to make data-driven decisions to help organizations. What is the benefit of this data mining? Since we live and work in a data-centric world, it's essential to get as many advantages as possible. Data mining provides us with means of resolving problems and issues in this challenging information age. Data mining benefits include, take note of the following. Now, data mining, one, it helps companies gather reliable information. Let's say your company is dealing with bicycles. As a data scientist, you start with the data mining journey. You go through all these processes. Now, it helps your organization get the enormous data it wants, and based on that, you can draw patterns and make decisions. Give it to the executive to make data-driven decisions to drive their company or organization forward. The second benefit is it's an efficient or cost-effective solution compared to other data applications. In fact, data mining is very efficient. As a data scientist, when you have your sources of collecting your enormous data, you draw your pattern inside, you get all what you need, you have your organization's goals in your head or that's guiding you. You mine the data, you find, in fact, a possible solution to it. Actually helps in cutting costs and is very effective, or it's a very effective way for solving problems in various organizations. The third benefit is it helps businesses make profit production and operational adjustment. Let's say you are working in the mobile phone industry. The company you are working in provides mobile phone. As a data scientist, they tell you to actually get your data, mine it, and provide us with useful information about our product, how we can actually make profits from our productions and operations. Now you get your data, you collect your data sources, you actually mine it, meaning you try to find patterns in this data, you bring out in fact useful data, you give it to them. Now it's going to help them know that, oh, see, this type of phone we are producing, the users mostly don't like it, they like it this way, or this the in fact the charge we are collecting on each mobile phone is too expensive, and so let's reduce it. It helps businesses make profitable productions and operational adjustments. Data mining. The fourth benefit is data mining uses both new and legacy systems. Data mining doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether, in fact, we're new or old. Data mining, in fact, uses a way or in a dimensional way whereby a data scientist, you actually go straight to your point without passing through any point. You mine your data, you actually, based on the company's objectives. So what the company needs is what is going to drive you in mining the data, is what is going to guide you in driving or in mining your data to make decisions. It helps businesses make informed decisions. In fact, when you do data mining for your organization, in fact, the decision they can make from you, the data you've produced, they are going to be very let me say, unique, and it's going to help them in the way forward, because data-driven decisions are proved to be, in fact, not maybe 100% accurate, but at least 90% accurate. Based on that data, they can make decisions of which they are in fact bold and clear, or and have confidence in the decision they are making. Data mining also helps detect credit risk and fraud. It helps data scientists easily analyze enormous amounts of data quickly. Data scientists can use information to detect fraud, build risk models, and improve product safety. It helps data scientists quickly initiate automated predictions of behavior and trends and discover hidden patterns. Data mining can help you data scientists to actually predict trends. So you will know that when you get your enormous data set, you mine your data, find patterns in it, and having conclusions from it, you realize, oh, in the month of June in the year 2021, sales went up by 20%. Therefore, in fact, it's likely that in the month of June in the year 2022, sales are going to spike based on this or based on that. Any question, please? Right, let's continue. Now, drawbacks data mining. Are there any drawbacks in data mining? You can see here nothing is perfect, including data mining. There are major issues in data mining. One, many data analytics tools are complex and challenging to use. Data scientists need the right training to use the tools effectively. The word effectively here is underlined. Now, as a data scientist, you can't just start a day and say you are going to mine data. No, you need training on how to use data mining tools to mine your data effectively. You need training. So this is one of the drawbacks of data mining. Speaking of the tools, different ones work with varying types of data mining depending on the algorithm they employ. Thus, data analysts must be sure to choose the correct tools. Now, we have a lot of tools as a data scientist you use in data mining. Now, you need to choose the correct tools. And finding the correct tools does here become problem for some data scientists. Now, there is always the risk that the information isn't entirely accurate. This obstacle is especially relevant if there is lack of diversity in the data set. In data mining, you see, all data mining concept of what data mining is about is you having enormous data, digging into it, drawing patterns into it, and finding, in fact, a solution or finding specific data that can help you to solve a specific problem of an organization. That's data mining. Now you realize some data sets, they have wrong data sets. How are you going to solve such things? So such things also become a very, let's say, obstacle in data mining. Companies can potentially sell the customer data they have gleaned to other businesses in organizations, raising privacy concerns. You see, in data mining, you need data sets or you need source of data to actually make your predictions and so on and so forth. Now, collecting this data from your users, some companies go to the extent of selling this data to other companies, which can raise privacy concerns. It can raise privacy concerns. Recently, there was some allegation on Twitter. When you use Twitter, Twitter knows where you are tweeting from, the operating system you are using for that tweet, and the time you tweet. In fact, even your geographical location, Twitter knows. Now, it was an allegation, or it was in the air, that Twitter sent, in fact, about 5 million people's data to a specific organization, whereby the organization has your location, probably your mobile phone number, your email for advertisements. So you'll be there, you get an advertisement of which you've not subscribed to. These all can raise privacy concerns to data mining, because you will be gathering data from your users. If you don't keep your data well, it will raise a whole lot of these concerns and issues. So this is also a drawback in data mining. Data mining requires large databases, making the process hard to manage. In fact, in data mining, you will need enormous amount of data to drive your data mining, or to actually draw the patterns you need. In fact, managing these databases, it's not easy. It's not easy. You actually have to take your time, manage about 3-4 databases before you can actually gather all in one place, make conclusion, draw patterns. This is also a drawback in data mining. Please, any question?
No questions.
Okay. Now, the last point we will talk about is what kinds of data mining tools are out there. What kinds of data mining tools are out there? What kinds of data mining tools are out there? In fact, engineers will say use the right tool for the right job. Use the right, it's an old saying for an engineers. Say use the right tool for the right job. If you don't use the right tool, I don't think you are going to enjoy your data mining. What are some of the data mining tools out there? One, artificial intelligence, AI systems. It performs analytical functions that mimic human intelligence, such as learning, planning, problem solving, and reasoning. You can use artificial intelligence, model an artificial intelligence to start drawing patterns in your enormous data. Thus, you are data mining the data. So artificial intelligence can also help you do your data mining. The next one we can take a look is association role learning. This tool set, also called market basket analysis, searches for relationships among data set variables. For example, association rule learning can determine which products are frequently purchased together. For example, you can use this to know that, in fact, a smartphone and a protective case. When people buy this type of phone, what type of device do they buy in attached? And you realize when you do, even if you are starting, you realize when you go to the market, especially in Apple products, most people when they buy Apple phone, they buy AirPods. You can actually draw a conclusion, or you can actually make patterns on that. You can also know that, okay, most people when they buy cars, they also buy spare tires. Okay, you can say, you can also say most people when they buy phones, they buy earpiece. Okay, you can also say most people when they buy desktop, they buy mouse. Most people, when you can also say when they buy PCs, they buy pen drives. So based on this, you can also determine on these purchasing things based on these two known as association rule learning. The next tool you can use is clustering. This process partitions data sets into a set of meaningful subclasses known as clusters. The process helps users understand the natural structure or grouping within the data. When we talk about clustering, in fact, when you get your enormous data set and you have the clustering tool, it's going to help you to group your data into subclasses. So you know, okay, these are boys, these are girls, these are things, these are this, these are that. So the clustering tools can also help you in your data mining. The next one you can use is classification. This technique assigns particular items in datasets to different target categories or classes. The goal is to develop accurate predictions within the target class for each case in the data. Now, classification, unlike the clustering, also helps you to categorize subclasses in your data set before you can start drawing conclusions, drawing patterns. That's the mining. Start mining in your data. We have the data analytics. I don't know how many of you know about data analytics, but data analytics, let me show you some on my screen. Now, this is the data analytics. This is the analytics of, in fact, a website. So you can see today, someone is asking, okay, Francis, that's good. That's good. Now, from my screen, this is an example of data analytics. This is the analytics of a specific website. So today, unique visitors who have visited the website is 617 people. Now, page views is up to now, as at now, 1.6K. We have time spent for individual on the site is 3 minutes 41 seconds. The bouncing rate, the site speed. So this is the analytics. The analytics for the website. It helps you to actually draw conclusions, so you know that, oh, this amount of people are visiting our website at this particular time, this is our site speed, and so on and so forth. Now let's continue. We have data cleansing and preparation. When you have a data cleansing and preparation tool, this one helps you in actually removing errors and duplicates. As we all know, in last time I taught you in Excel how to remove duplicates and those that, else you can't actually draw your visualization. So when you have a cleansing tool, it helps you to actually remove errors and duplication. The next tool you can have is data warehousing. This consists of an extensive collection of business data that business use to help them make decisions. Warehousing is a fundamental and necessary
sort of thing, being connected to the natural world, the natural environment. For me, it calms me. It brings about a sense of peace. and tranquility.
Right.
So I want to stay connected to the water as much as possible.
Let me please hold on. Let me pause.
During the trade, there was some 40,000+ voyages that were made that involved something like 12,000 plus vessels. But the big irony is that in archaeology, we're only aware of about 5 or 6 vessels that's been documented. Each one of those vessels has a unique story to tell. This is sort of like we had the soil land from the Makua village in Mozambique. These are trade beads.
Right. Let's continue. Now, the next two we can also look at is machine learning. Machine learning. Related to AI technique mentioned earlier, machine learning is a computer programming technique that employ statistical probabilities to provide computers with the ability to learn without human intervention or being manually programmed. So with your data sets, you can help with the help of machine learning. You can also help to make decisions from the set of data you've gotten. That's in your data mining process. Now, the last topic or the last subtopic we will end for today is data mining application. How are they applied in your daily lives? Data mining is a useful and versatile tool for today's competitive businesses. In fact, banks. Data mining helps banks work with credit ratings and anti-fraud systems, analyzing customer financial data, purchasing transactions, and card transactions. Data mining also helps banks better understand their customers' online habits, preferences, which helps when designing a new marketing campaign. The data mining, banks also use data mining in actually detecting frauds, the transactions purchase of their customers, so that when they are designing new campaigns, they will know how to go about it. In healthcare, data mining helps doctors create more accurate diagnosis by bringing together every patient's medical history, physical examination results, medications, and treatment patterns. Mining also helps fight fraud and waste and bring about a more cost-effective health resource management strategy. So in healthcare, they also use data mining to create accurate diagnosis of patients, so that when you come with the knowledge, or they gather these data from previous patients, they mine for decisions in this data, so that the next time any data, any user and patient come, they can actually, based on that diagnosis, and say, that, go and get this medicine, or do this, do that. In marketing, data mining also used in marketing. Okay, now in marketing, it's all about marketing. Marketing heart and soul is all about targeting customers effectively for maximum results. Of course, the best way to target your audience is to know as much about them as possible. Data mining helps bring together data on age, gender, tastes, income level, location, spending habits to create more effective, personalized, loyal campaigns. Data marketing can even predict which customers will more likely unsubscribe to a mailing list and other related service. Armed with that information, companies can take steps to retain those customers before they get the chance to leave. With data mining, companies can know their customers and give them what the customers want better, so that the customers won't leave. They will maintain their customers. Retail, the world of retail and marketing go hand in hand, but formats still warrant a separate listing. Retail marketing, supermarkets can use purchasing market patterns to narrow down product association, determine which items should be stocked in the store or should go. Data mining also helps pinpoint which campaigns get the most response. In supermarket, retails, they also know which products their customers purchase a lot, and hence, based on that, that's data mining. Based on that, we will stock our our retail centers or our wholesale, our supermarket with this kind of product, because this is the kind of product when people come, they mostly come and purchase. Any question, please? Right. If there are no questions, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining today's class. Today's class was about data mining, and data mining is all about digging through an enormous data and finding useful decision or data-driven decision to the executives of a company to make decisions the way forward of a company. I'll send you the link to the reading materials, and I'll also send the recording. Thank you very much for joining today's class.
Thank you too. Have a nice day.